addendum to what you just said. Um, it's not about being vocal, it's about being diplomatic. We have to be intentional with our words. See, women just babble about dumb shit. Men can't babble about dumb shit. All right. So a lot of men on these panels in the manosphere, the red pill dudes, they just sit around and whine about women endlessly.
That's not
But
true.
no, they do.
That's
But
not true.
hold on, they do. But
They
if
do, but that's not all of
listen,
them.
can I listen? If there is a group of them that are actually getting the laws changed, that's awesome. But the majority of the optics say whatever they say. They're just sitting around whining about women all fucking day. So we as men have to be a little bit more stoic and intentional with our words and stop wasting words like women do. We talk too goddamn much, not you, but these men in these spaces. If we actually start having conversations about how to make some changes, why modern women are the way they are, and why we are the way we are, because they don't never talk about themselves, right? Then we can get somewhere. So if we start wasting our times argue with women all day, which they do, and argue with each other a little bit and try to figure this shit out, we'll be better for us. But all we want to do is blame women for whatever they doing, just like women blame us for whatever we doing. It's the same feminine bullshit. So I understand what you're saying, but these red pill dudes do be whining and bitches about women when they be the damn problem.
That's fair to say that some of them do, but where do you think the ones that are getting the laws changed get their information and data from? They get it from the men that are speaking up. It's not just them experiencing something and they're going to go get things done. Men are speaking to one another. Men have been, and I think it's disingenuous to try to write them all off that way, because that's not true.
I'm not writing nobody off. I'm just making a statement.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but in your statement is false because it comes with the pretense that dudes are just online bitching. They're not just on. No, they're not. Because then you can say that you just online bitching, and I'm just online bitching, and Humble Dad just be online bitching, and the ladies just be online bitching. On this panel, we all just online bitching. If that's the case, because no, we all having a conversation and we compare notes and we say, hey, look, this is going on over here. Damn, I didn't know you was experiencing that. Yeah, it happened to me as well. And then you get some people who are in those spaces and they say, hey, I see that a lot of men are experiencing this. How do we go about changing it? You know what I mean? So I think it's wrong to write them all off or write that community off, because like I said, there is some good and bad in every community. There is a group of men that have been bitching, but I wouldn't say that all of them are, or the majority of them are. All of them.
You're doing not all women thing with men, not all men.
Bro, I didn't. You heard me get through the whole thing. I said not all of them, and I said I wouldn't say majority of them are. So if it's not the majority of them, then I'm not going to sit here and look at that as a problem. What they're doing is actually working.
Okay, the opposites say they're bitching is all I'm saying. So men stop bitching so much and
to you
do some work.
To you, but they are doing the work.
Well, perception is reality.
But
I have the right to my perception, right, Sweeney?
No, not if it goes against reality.
Right to my own perception.
Not if it goes against reality.
My perception is,
if your perception is all of y'all are bitching, then no, that's not reality.
Well, that's kind of crazy. So you're being disingenuous and you're dismissing my way of seeing things.
Well, your way of seeing things, you can have an opinion and you can have a perception.
No.
May be wrong.
It's about perspective and not
so right now, how y'all communicating is not being effective.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
he's bitching and I'm bitching, right?
Right.
We're both bitching. He's bitching about them bitching, and I'm bitching about you bitching about them bitching.
Right, and so that's when it comes
bitching about me bitching, talking about them.
This is why y'all need to go read some books.
Right. See, that's what I was about to say, Humble Dad. I don't
tell you what.
Hold on, Sweeney, you want to sit here and I don't gave y'all ass 3 books, and so I wasn't up here bitching. I was up here giving information that is helpful to these men.
I think they're okay.
They're not.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna leave it at that. So there's no way right now that y'all going to be able to change each other's mind, right? So that's where that's what I was telling y'all before. Like that's where you see a maturity of an individual that's able to dialogue well. Because I know I struggle with that as well. Trying to get my point across and wanting somebody to come over to my side. Well, it's not going to always be the case. At some point in time, you're just going to have to be like, I see your point. I just disagree with it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Sweeney.
And there you go.
There you go. Being a bitch.
Hey, did it?
We gotta stop it, Mr. LetGo. We gotta stop the bitch, man.
Because we're gonna move on at the last point. Mr. White, did you get to go? Did you get to say everything you wanted to say?
So I had a question for Sweeney.
Why you keep bitching?
Now you're trying to use my joke. Come on, man.
Dude, like if you was to say percentage of consumable content, how much of it do you think is productive, resolution based versus sensational?
I will be honest with you. I've seen a lot of RedPill and a lot of manosphere content. And there's probably only 2 channels and maybe 2 pages that I've seen where I said that shit is absolutely unproductive. There's several channels where I see where I'm like, hey, I can see a lot of things working in that community. But we all know the 2 channels that I'm probably thinking about, Fresh and Fit. They not doing too well over there. I don't think they got too much of anything done. And there's this Facebook, there's this Instagram page that I seen called RedPill something. I don't think they get much done over there. But however, when I see Manosphere Highlight Daily, when I seen Kevin Samuel's channel, when I seen the whatever podcast, they have some decent conversations on there from time to time. There's another guy on there, Better Bachelor. Sometimes he says some wild shit, but for the most part, you know what I mean? He speaks up. And there's a lot of things that I would say that a lot of men would agree on. Father's Rights on Instagram. There's a couple of Father's Lives Matter. These are all Manosphere, RedPill kind of channels and everything like that. And I would say that most of them are productive.
And Throat Chakras Matter. That channel, they be talking about some good shit too.
I appreciate that. I submit an idea. How about each one of those like movements or channels adopt a cause and then use their collective brain power and manpower to try and change one law or an actual specific issue for each one. That way we probably more can be accomplished as opposed to the energy diverted to talking about the problem.
I think that a lot of things happen where most of us just talk. That's the reality. When it comes to laws, when it comes to most of us just talk. Then there's a group of people that listen to the people that talk, and then they come up with ways to actually solve the problems of their group. Because you can tell by the way that we participate in politics, by the way that we participate in no matter what it is, majority of people just talk. They talk their shit, they have their conversations, and then there's somebody who has some real influence, some real conversation, or some real tap into politics and things like that actually speaks for the group. So I think there's several channels that has actually done it. Like I said, Father's Rights Matter, and I think Father's Lives Matter or something like that. Both of those have started, organizations and things like that has gone on to try to change laws and family court laws and things like that. But that's a slow process.
But so it sounds like basically you saying, I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you pretty much gonna confirm what I said is that basically what what Marcus is saying is true. Most of us just talk, but there are a lot of groups that are coming together and comparing notes and going out and creating their own causes and things like that. Same way that Black Lives Matter did. That started as a hashtag on Instagram. I mean, on Twitter. That's not how it started, but how it started was different. Now, where it led to, we can debate that, but how it started, that was just a group of people who had a bunch of problems.
A white man named Soros.
All right, cool. We transitioned. So what it sounds like is change your algorithm. That's what that sounds like. So if you feel like the things that you're hearing are so repetitive, then that means that you're not you're clicking on what those things are. So you should change your algorithm, right? All right. So and look for solutions-based content. You know what I'm saying? Like
give solutions in your own content. That part too.